What's up, everybody?
Hello,
we are
hello.
High Road. I am Colton,
I'm Merrick.
I'm Zach.
and we are High Road.
Welcome to High Road.
So before we get into our topics, we're going to do a little bit of an introduction of each other. Zach, you go first.
Okay. Well, first of all, 25, from Tallahassee. Been here my whole life. Sucks. I like metal music, and yeah, that about sums it up.
All right.
Sick.
Pretty simple guy.
Guys, I'm Merrick. I play guitar. I dabble on the drums. I do a lot of other activities outside of this, but I'm here to bring entertainment to the viewers and to let you guys know what we're about.
I'm Colton. I'm probably the loudest one here out of all of
And
both
that's
of
not
these
just because
guys.
he's deep throating his mic over there.
Yeah, no, not at all. I play guitar, drums, keys, a little bit of bass. I sing in a band. I found a few.
Wait, you're in a band?
Yeah, I dabble.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. So I sing in a metal band called Our Final Feud. And we are a band that has been a band for about a year. We are currently working on our first EP, and we'll have 6 songs released. So check those out.
Hey, cheers to that, man.
That's awesome.
Thanks,
don't
man.
You guys, don't you guys have a concert coming up soon?
Actually, yeah, we have quite a few stuff coming up. We have a concert at a new venue in town, January 20th.
I saw that. What was it called?
It's called Madam Gypsy's House of Chaos.
And for any local listeners out there, about where we're at it, north side of town, south side of town?
It's a new venue on North Monroe Street, so it's got a very good spot.
Yeah, good location.
We also are going to Tampa for a music festival, January 28th.
How much is the entry for that concert?
Entry is $10 for the Madam Gypsy.
You heard that right here, January 20th. It's a Friday. What time does it start?
Starts at 8.
8 o'clock. Be there
8 o'clock.
or
Be square.
or just don't go, and then you won't be able to tell anybody you went anywhere. So yeah.
But yeah, January 28th, we're in Tampa. And then we have a huge opportunity where we're actually going up to Houston to take part in a contest to where if we do win the contest, we go to play the Wacken Open in Germany. So
That would be
sick.
it's
insane.
yeah, it would be
That's
pretty
super sick.
it would be pretty insane if we were to do that.
How many bands are in that?
There's close to like 20, I believe.
20.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. Was it an invitation that you guys?
Yeah, it was an invite. Our manager sent in one of our songs, and they hit us back up, and they were like, "Hey, do you guys want to come do this? We really like your music."
Dude,
So
How
yeah.
did they?
pretty cool.
How did they do the selections? Is it a band from every city, band from every
No.
state?
No, so we're one of 2 out-of-state bands. So most of them are Texas bands
Well, that seems
that are doing it.
pretty unfair. But
Yeah,
good thing,
it does.
good thing you
But
guys slipped in there.
we did, and we think we have a pretty good chance of winning. So
Well, that's
hey,
awesome. We'll
never
look
know,
forward to
and
it.
maybe in a couple months you'll see us in Germany.
Either way, even if you don't win, going to Texas is a hell of a adventure with your band, and that's going to open you up to a whole new state of
That's right.
listeners.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's a win-win either way.
Heck yeah.
That's
but,
right, man.
But going to Germany,
Would be sick.
it'd be kind of cool, I think.
You guys ever been out of the country?
Do you have passports? And how does that work? Do you have time to get passports?
I mean, the festival's not till August, so we'd have time.
I don't know. Passports take about 6 months.
Well,
You gotta get on it. Yeah, well, especially during COVID. I don't know if it's gotten better, but yeah.
I
apparently
guess
it
we're
takes
not going to
forever.
Germany. No, I'm just kidding.
You better get on it. Unless you sneaking in.
Yeah, so let's start topics. What do you want to get into first?
So let's see. What's today? The
16th.
Today's the 17th.
It's one of those.
Oh
days.
yeah, 17th.
So just under 3 weeks into this new year. How you guys feeling about it so far? Any big current events that piqued your interest? You got any crazy happenings to you personally? Anything going on?
Personally, no, not really. I mean,
other than all your band stuff.
yeah, other than all my band stuff, not really. I mean, I
No?
got into a car accident the other day, and that's just about it.
So yeah, you heard it here.
Did you die?
Our
I did.
That's a shame.
I did. I am a ghost.
It is confirmed. Our Final Feud's lead singer
Cannot drive.
So get out of his way.
Can't drive.
I drive a truck too, so get the fuck out of my way.
Oh Lord.
Big guy in a big truck. These two guys are truck
Truck.
guys.
It's definitely a small truck. It's not a big truck.
So
Oh, we got
looks like we have
Scrim.
We have a guest. This is Scrim.
It's our first guest on the High Road podcast.
Hello,
And
Scrim.
it's not even a human.
Scrim, can you
up, Scrim?
say hello? All right, so that's Scrim, ladies and gentlemen.
All
He
right.
has a sister. Her name's Ruby. And if Scrim and Ruby sounds familiar, that's because that's the Suicide Boys.
Wow.
Wow.
The more you know.
Wow.
G59
as-
unit.
as
Wow.
far as the year starting and anything big happening, no, not really.
I mean,
Year just
obviously,
started.
a lot of big stuff has happened.
I'm not saying that
this
something
year.
big can't happen in that span of time, but personally, no.
Personally, me neither.
No, we're just doing our own personal stuff. We're trying to kick this off and bring content to everybody, and just have something. Just trying to put our little footprint on the earth. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I like how you put that. Any New Year's resolutions between you guys?
I don't believe in New Year's resolutions.
I don't either.
I really don't. I mean, if you're gonna do something, just do it. Like,
That's that's a great way to look at it. You know, if you are gonna
Why
set
wait till the new
goals
year?
and standards for yourselves,
like honestly,
to
how many people
reach.
do you think set a New Year's resolution of going to the gym?
oh,
How many people do you think
Decent.
have gone to the gym?
A lot.
How many people do you think will continue
Stick
to
to
go
it?
to the gym?
Probably about
not everybody.
15% of that number.
Exactly.
Maybe I'm
If
being
that.
generous.
If that.
Being
I
very
just feel
generous.
setting a resolution is gonna make me not want to do it.
That makes sense.
If you're the procrastinating type, then setting goals and stuff like that, it's tough. It's
Exactly.
It's very tough, but
It's
it does
tough,
help
'cause
to
you
have
set
it
the
written
goal,
down,
then it's
though.
like, I really want to do that, but my bed looks so comfy
Exactly.
right now. I'm just gonna
Or you want to play
I'm
some
just gonna
video
sit
games.
back and lay down. I will get to it tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes, and then you're saying the same thing.
Yep.
I will get to it tomorrow.
For those of you though that did have a resolution and you have stuck to it,
Oh yeah.
great job.
No, props to you.
We,
Props,
I think we
props,
lost
for
our
sure.
Our applause.
Yeah, I
sound.
don't have that
That's
button
fine.
anymore.
But in your
Yeah.
head, clap for yourself. Pat
Props.
yourself on
Well,
the
with
back.
that being said, I will say I do have a resolution for myself.
Let's hear it.
My resolution is to work on my consistency and my overall demeanor that I have towards the things I love. So that's playing the guitar, getting more into my hobby stuff, like building my YouTube channel for gaming and stuff like that. By the way, that's Shave Peaches,
Shave
on
Peaches.
YouTube.
Shave PJ.
We'll throw a
Peaches.
link down in the video.
We'll do.
Someone
I'm trying
will.
to build that. That's something that I've never really put any attention on, but it's something that I've grown up with, and I feel like that's kind of molded me.
I've known
and
you for a
shaped me.
long time, and you've talked about a YouTube channel for a very long time.
Yeah, and I had a YouTube channel way back in the day.
with the
Paul,
HTTP.
this is the history book coming out, folks. We're blowing off the dust off it. This is back in the day, back when the biggest things to watch
Yeah.
in the gaming community were sniping montages.
Yes.
Montages, trick
videos.
shotting,
It was
no
all Modern Warfare
scopes.
2.
all that stuff. Anything.
That was
And
that
that
was
was the
our
big thing.
generation. It was Modern Warfare 2 and COD 4,
Oh, yeah.
Ops.
Black Ops.
So-
for sure, Black Ops.
But yeah, building off that, I mean, I did a little bit of that. Me and my buddy, we formed our own clan and recruited people.
What was the clan name?
It was called HSN.
HSN.
Stood
Home
for-
Shopping Network.
That is not what it stood for.
That's what it
That
stands
is
for.
trademarked. That was taken. We weren't able to use that.
Tried to sue them, but
so-
they settled in court.
No, we came up with Hardscope Nation. That was
Hardscope Nation.
That's
It
pretty
was
cool.
it was just a little kind of a poke
So
fun.
there were no quick scopes.
No, it was all quick scopes and
Oh, that doesn't make any sense then.
trick shotting and stuff. We didn't get very big. We didn't,
Well, yeah, because you were
that's
called
the thing.
Hardscope Nation.
It doesn't make sense. That's the point.
It's ironic.
It
Thank
is
you.
all right. It's very
Thank you,
ironic.
Zach. It's very ironic.
I like it's
But-
like a little Off the
Anyway.
tip of your nose.
Getting back into that.
All right.
Trying to do my own thing and really focus on and actually executing my wishes that I have for myself. Because I feel like that's the biggest letdown for anybody is setting up standards for yourself, just like we were talking about,
Yeah.
and not executing those standards. And I feel like that weighs a toll on one's mental.
It makes your lows a lot lower, in my opinion.
It weighs a toll on one's
Definitely,
mental
yeah.
health and can definitely weigh a toll on someone's physical health as well.
Everybody goes through highs and lows, but when you're in your low, you only think negative about yourself. And if you have all these goals you don't set, or you did set and you don't achieve, it's just kind of add fuel to the fire. And that's, everybody's guilty of that.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah, and not saying that like we're one of those motivational types that's going to come out and just give the most outrageous
Tim
motivational
Robbins.
speech
Tim.
you'll ever hear, and you're just going to like break down into tears because it was so inspirational. There's people out there that make videos like that, and you'll be able to find them. I guess what I'm just trying to say is like going based off of my resolution for the New Year's. I feel like many people that are watching this can apply that to their own daily
absolutely,
life.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
Executing things that you make up your mind. It's like, you're sitting at work or something, and it's like, I got a bunch of clothes waiting at home for me to do as far as laundry and stuff. I got to fold a bunch of clothes. You get home, do it.
Immediately.
It'll take you anywhere, depending on how much clothes you have, 10 minutes to an hour. You know what I mean? Depending on
Exactly.
how
One thing I've
your
noticed,
rate is. If it takes you over an hour to do like a load of laundry, I don't know what you're doing.
Struggling. But I've noticed, as someone who undiagnosed has ADHD, I'm very guilty of trying, starting something and putting it down. But making a list, having something where you can cross off what you've done, what you need to do, it really helps. If that's just making a list to clean the house, or make a list to your New Year's resolutions. Crossing that off, it's a simple thing, but the gratification you get when you finish that list, at least for me, it's a different high. You know what I mean? It just feels good. It feels like you actually achieved something personally.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
definitely, man. It's setting goals for yourself and having something tangible that you can go off of. And as in like a to-do kind of thing.
Exactly.
There's some great references to that, like Ricky off Trailer Park Boys. The only way he knows how to read, because he taught himself how to read, and he would read off the back of like microwavable dinners and stuff like that. So it had the steps. So that's the only way he can read is if you list things in numerical steps.
Wow.
Do this. So that was awesome. That was
Okay.
great.
So, what are some musical goals that we have for this upcoming year?
So, okay, I don't know if you're done with your New Year's resolution, but my resolution was to at least get on stage. So, slight backstory: we are in a jam band. He's in his metal band. He's got his own thing going on. It's they're making a lot of moves, but on the side we like to hang out, play some music. And we played a live show the other day at an open mic night, totally impromptu. There was no planning involved whatsoever, but one of my resolutions going into this new year was I wanted to get on stage and perform. And in a way we did that, but I want to do it in a structured format. I want to go up there with a list of songs that we've practiced, we know, maybe even wrote, doesn't have to be covers, and go up there, and even in that same setting at an open mic night, that'd be awesome. But if we could get booked somewhere, that'd be great.
So the Warriors actually doing open mic nights starting in February.
Okay.
That's something we can look into for sure.
So, any local viewers out there, come support your open mic nights. You might see us out there.
And come out there and do it yourself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'd love to have other local singers.
Yeah, support local music and local businesses in general. You should always support local.
Yeah, that's if any message from today's podcast, support local businesses.
Help the hometown heroes.
Exactly.
Help the homies.
Quit ordering DoorDash so much.
Hey, man.
Damn,
No, I'm speaking personally for that one because I am really bad about ordering DoorDash.
Yeah,
Dude, it's so convenient.
It's too
It
convenient.
is so convenient.
yeah.
the bill's
and then you
not
look at your
convenient.
wallet and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that wasn't convenient."
You're right,
I paid $37 for an $8 meal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's
Those
that's
hidden
that is
DoorDash
not
fees.
cool. No, do not use those. But anyway, we're getting way off the
Yeah,
train
yeah,
here,
definitely.
way off the tracks.
You're gonna see that a lot in this podcast.
gonna happen.
You know, we're
It's-
gonna start a topic and we're just gonna go off, and that's what it's all about. You know, we're not. Life isn't a structure. You gotta live life.
For sure, man. A topic I do want to talk to you gentlemen about today, though, Rockville.
All right.
Ooh.
Rockville, 2023,
2023, baby.
Daytona, Florida.
Yeah.
What are our thoughts?
So, Colton's been to Rockville.
Yeah.
Merrick and I have not ever been to one.
I'm taking them to Rockville this year, and we're camping out.
He's
and
popping our Rockville cherry.
He is.
popping that cherry.
And
Yep.
we're gonna be in a tent together for 4 days and no showers, and he's gonna pop our cherry on the first day.
Oh God.
So I don't.
That sounds brutal.
Kids, close your ears.
So, I don't want to jump straight into this topic. We can talk about Rockville in itself first. But I have some ideas about our podcast on there, and it's a few months away, so we'll get a few podcasts going, and you guys can get familiar with us, figure out our personalities, and we'll be at Rockville, and fuck it, I'll go ahead and just talk about it. So I have an idea of what I want to while we're at Rockville, sitting around in our downtime when they're not playing shows at night, whatever, everyone's just kind of roaming around campsites. I assume this is how the structure is, in a way.
Yeah.
So let's set up a little booth or a table right in front of our tent with a little sign that there's that guy that always goes to the universities and says something controversial, and he's like, "Change my mind."
Yeah. I agree.
Let's do something like that and say, for example, the new Pantera lineup's better than the old Pantera lineup. Change my mind.
Oh God.
and have some people come on and just
I feel like some people are gonna swing.
I feel like some people are just gonna try to
That's
destroy the table.
exactly. So we say something super controversial, not necessarily something we align with totally, but related to Rockville. I think that would be a really cool way to bring the people in.
I mean, most people are gonna be really drunk there. So if
And
we
that's
just say,
even better.
hey, you guys want to hop on a podcast? Most of them will be like, fuck yeah.
So
Yeah.
We don't have to do that.
so you heard it here first. We got 4 or 5 months until Rockville. Meet us there.
Get your tickets now.
Get
Buy your
tickets now.
tickets
They're going
now.
fast, and the prices are only going
yeah,
up.
the prices
so
are only going
if
up.
you are interested in going to Rockville and you have some friends or some homies with you that are down to go,
If
you
you've
guys
never
should,
heard of
you guys should
Rockville-
look into it because the lineup this year is
Yeah,
filthy.
well, I was about to say let's talk about the
talk
lineup.
about the lineup.
Amazing.
Let's talk about the
Okay.
lineup because maybe if you haven't heard, if you're living under a rockville.
Wow.
Mhm.
That
Wow.
was really cheesy.
That was bad.
All right, guys, it was great being on the podcast. I'm out of here. Thanks for having me.
Well, we'll talk about day one, okay?
Hit me with the lineup, bud.
Let's go.
Well, you got your headliners
Let's-
for day
yeah.
one, okay? Your headliners are Slipknot, Rob Zombie.
I'm sorry. What?
Pretty good.
What do you mean?
I just wanted to tickle your buttons.
Whoa.
I just wanted to tickle
Dude,
your buttons.
Slipknot gives
Can
one
I
of the
finish?
best live performances.
I'm a maggot. Come on, go,
Can I
Merrick.
finish?
All right.
Thank you.
Is that what you asked the ladies?
Slipknot, Rob Zombie, Queens of Stone Age. All right, but we also have performances by Pucifer,
Ooh.
Trivium,
Ooh.
Awesome.
Bullet for My Valentine,
I like both of my Valentine.
Black Veil Brides,
I'm
All
all
right.
about that.
and many more. Okay, that's just day one. So
That's Wednesday
that
the
alone
18th.
has one of my most sought after performances to see. I've never seen Slipknot perform live.
Me either.
Oh my God! It is one of the best live
Um,
shows.
I really want to.
I absolutely, I love watching all of their live shows on YouTube.
They
and
definitely bring the energy.
watching
100%.
everything with them, and I'm just so ecstatic to be able to feel the
Yeah.
tension there while they're playing.
Yeah.
And I'm very curious as to what they're going to play.
Yeah.
I know it's probably going to be a lot of stuff off their newer album.
I want more Iowa.
Give us Iowa
Give us Iowa.
or self-titled.
New.
Iowa or self-titled. Yes.
Yeah, I like if you guys play Sick from the self-titled album, I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna get sick.
I'm
and
gonna
it's
get
be
sick all over the
nasty.
place.
I'm gonna get sick.
But-
I'm gonna get sick all in our tent.
I'm also very excited to see Pucifer. You know,
Pucifer's
I'm
great.
That's gonna be
a
awesome.
huge fan of Maynard and Tool and everything, and I do listen to Pucifer's music.
Me too.
And to be able to see them live in concert, I feel like that would be a really cool experience, and you'll really get to be able to see how they kind of tread the waters, you know, and
I agree. I've
kind
never
of
seen
element
Tool.
that they bring to the stage.
You never seen Tool?
I've never seen Tool. No.
I'm a.
I'm gonna tell you right now, my man. Tool is probably one of the craziest performances I've ever seen live. It is probably the loudest thing I have ever heard.
It was quaking, but we were in an
Yeah,
arena
dude,
there.
We're
just
in an
wait.
arena. They like to play in arenas, but
They do.
nonetheless,
So I don't know how their set's gonna be at this show.
Their set was crazy, like the set design. Like,
Yeah.
it had this huge curtain that came down and like shot 3D projections onto it.
yeah, it was.
Slipknot does that too.
Oh,
Oh, well, Slipknot's basic.
fire!
Wow.
That's awesome.
Just kidding. I love Slipknot. No shade.
We'll go into. I'll go into day 2,
Yeah.
gentlemen. The headliners for day 2, performances by Avenged Sevenfold,
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Evanescence,
Okay.
Okay.
Amy Lee's got a great voice.
Hardy,
I'm not familiar.
nor am I,
Me either.
but I bet they slap because
Yeah.
they're headliners.
I bet so,
Come
yeah.
on.
They
have to.
They gotta be pretty
Then
decent.
we also have performances by I Prevail, Motionless in White, Asking Alexandria, Sleeping with Sirens. Day 2 sounds like it's going to be fucking nuts.
Day two's gonna
Day
be lit.
2 is
Day
going to
2
be
is gonna be
nuts.
I'm a
awesome.
huge I Prevail fan.
I am a huge I Prevail fan.
They're good, man.
Oh, they're
so
great.
I've always
super
kind of said you
solid.
sound like the clean vocals guy.
Thanks.
That is-
I take that as a compliment.
I say that in with terms of endearment there. Like I.
Oh, okay. Well,
like
thank
that.
you.
Yeah. Like no, I love I Prevail.
That's awesome.
Fucking Motionless in White, man.
I like Motionless in White. I like a few of their songs.
Their shows are pretty crazy too.
Their music videos are nuts. So
I've
I
seen
can only
Sleeping with
imagine.
Sirens. I couldn't tell you how many times. So
Really?
yeah.
I'm
I'm not a big
Asking Alexandria.
Asking Alexandria. I've never seen Asking Alexandria, but
They played here.
yeah, I know. I'm excited for them too. Dude, day 2 just sounds like metalcore. It's just a
It really
metalcore
does.
day.
It
Like
really
it
sounds
really
like it's
is.
gonna be a
with
really
Avenged Sevenfold kicking it off too.
Gritty, just headbanging day.
Oh, 100%.
Day
Your
2
necks are going to hurt after that day.
Day 2 will be the test, gentlemen. Day 2 will be the test to test our will.
Will
to
our
see
next-
if you can make it to
See if
day
we're
3.
gonna make it to day 3.
Will our next make it to day 4?
Oh, okay. Right. Well, let's talk about day 3's lineup. Okay. This is Saturday. We got Pantera, Godsmack, Alice Cooper,
Okay.
Chevelle,
Oh.
Alter Bridge,
Okay.
Jason Bonham's LED. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Pew 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 pew. Sound effect.
Oh, wow.
Let's try that again.
Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening.
LED. No, you got it right the first time. It's actually EDM. It's an LED Zeppelin.
LED Zeppelin.
LED
That's the new name.
Zeppelin.
You guys heard of this new band called LED Zeppelin?
Wow.
Could you imagine a DJ being named LED Zeppelin?
LED Zeppelin. No,
That's
no.
kind of cool.
That is kind of honest.
Yo, don't take our idea.
Hey,
you
hey.
heard it here first. So there's that.
You guys a big fan of Godsmack, real quick?
Godsmack's good.
I listened to Godsmack a lot when I was younger.
Me too.
I was a really big fan of Godsmack when I was younger. As I've gotten older, I don't really find myself listening to them all that much anymore.
I've actually been, ever since they released lineup, I've been kind of like listening to some of the bands on there and stuff. And I like Godsmack.
Yeah,
Godsmack's
I
good.
remember you were huge into Godsmack back when we were kids. You love that shit. All right, gentlemen. Then we get down to the final day.
The penultimate day, which personally is gonna be my favorite.
The pinnacle.
I wouldn't say it's gonna be the heaviest headbanging, but it's
Probably not.
It's gonna be the best show for sure.
It has some performances in here that I'm very excited to see.
It's gonna be the best.
So your headliners for Sunday:
Mm.
Tool, Deftones, Incubus. You got other performances from the Mars Volta, Coheed and Cambria,
Ooh.
Pennywise, and Ghosty Mane.
I'm excited for Ghosty Mane. I'm not gonna lie.
Ghosty Mane.
Ghosty Mane is sick. I've never actually seen any of the G59 boys perform
haven't either.
live.
You think any other of them are gonna be there?
I don't think
No,
so.
I haven't seen any. Nobody else's names
But
is
like,
in there that I
like
remember.
a surprise.
Nah,
doubt it,
don't
man.
think so.
Didn't
I
at
doubt
Bonnaroo one year they brought out like the baby or something as a surprise.
Yeah, but that's Bonnaroo. Bonnaroo.
Rockville's like the equivalent.
I don't know. Do they bring out surprise performances at
No.
Rockville? Yeah, I don't
No.
know. I feel like
2023's a new year, baby.
I mean, hey, we don't know. We don't
That's a
know
good
what
point.
we don't know
What's
what
our
is
time
in
at,
store
by the way?
for that. So we'll see. But
Fair enough. We're just gonna send it.
that's an awesome. What is your guys'
Other than
most
Tool?
hype performance that you're looking forward to?
Avenged Sevenfold.
Slipknot.
It's been 8 years since Avenged Sevenfold has
I don't know,
done anything.
That's hard because I used to listen to Avenged Sevenfold back in like 5th grade.
Yeah, I think.
Dude, that's where metalcore
I
started.
think-
like that was
You know, I was really into Avenged Sevenfold back in the day. Like, I'd stand in front of my living room, like, stereo system and play the Broom as a guitar.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, Colton. I think Avenged Sevenfold is on top of my list for me
Yeah.
to see because, like Zach was saying, growing up with them and playing air guitar to their songs, just growing up, like that was my first. Avenged Sevenfold was my first like parental advisory
Yeah.
album I ever bought. I
mine. It was mine too.
begged
And
my
this,
mom.
this was back in the day of CDs.
Yes, I begged my mom just so many times to
Isn't
get
that
it. She
long
never
ago?
would get it because of that parental advisory tag. And then one day, I don't know, I convinced her
See, my
to
parents
buy
never
it for
cared.
me, and she did.
That was my first
And
album too.
That was my
that
first
I got.
album that I had, and I cherished that thing.
Did you guys have a lot of CDs growing up?
I had a good amount.
I had a good amount too. Yeah.
I was the guy that carried around my CD case with me in my backpack because
no,
I had
I know.
my Sony / Panasonic over the head headphones that I would plug into my MP3 player
In 4th grade, me
or
and
my
this man,
CD player.
there weren't any 5th graders on our bus, thankfully. So me and him were the big dogs on the bus. And we get on the bus at 6:40 a.m., load up our 3 Days Grace CD and our CD players, lay them flat on the seat, because if you turn those sideways...
You're gonna
Oh,
hear, you're gonna hear this. You're
yeah.
gonna hear it.
I
gonna hear
remember
it
that.
A lot of viewers aren't going to understand what we're talking about.
No, they're not.
You're pulling out your CD. You're looking at it like, oh shit, did I scratch it?
Wiping it off.
If you saw that big scratch.
Yeah,
that
you
deep
knew it was
scratch,
over. You're
Oh,
like,
that goes
"Dang."
right into that inner ring.
Yep.
Your CD's done.
Yeah.
You gotta get a new one, buddy.
But yeah, I feel like our age, our generation was just kind of right on the cusp of CDs, because I remember in 4th grade we had CD players, and by the end of 4th grade, MP3s and like iPods came out.
Yeah,
You're right.
I agree.
Yeah,
And-
that's when MP3s came out. What was the iPod
What-
Shuffle or the iPod Nano?
I had
No,
the
no,
like,
no,
I had
no.
the tiny
it
one.
was the OG
that was
iPod. It was just like, it looked like a USB stick with no screen.
It was the Shuffle.
No, they didn't have the shuffle yet.
the shuffle was like the tiny,
The shuffle was middle school.
tiny one.
It's like a stick, right?
The shuffle, no, the shuffle was like a
I don't have
tiny
my
little.
phone. My phone's
The
recording,
shuffle
guys.
was like a
I
tiny
can
block.
kind of see it.
But I distinctly remember
Wow.
a girl in our 4th grade class, because I had an MP3 player. If you were cool, you had an iPod. But I had an MP3 player, which I might add had a screen. iPods didn't.
My MP3 had a screen as
My
well. I could
MP3 had a
I
screen
could
as
see-
well.
I could see the name of the song that I was
Yeah,
listening to.
exactly.
Yeah.
So good luck. You're just
Take
flipping-
that iPod.
You're just flipping through your USB stick over there, you idiot. Anyways, iPods are way better now. So, but yeah, it was a weird time. What was 4th grade? That was 2008?
2008, 2009.
Yeah, because we were about 10. So yeah, 2008, 2009. Wow. So yeah, we were from CDs to iPods all in 1 year.
Just that big jump.
In like 1 year as a 10-year-old little kid.
It was so crazy too, because like you were like, I don't have to have a CD anymore.
And what did you use to download your music?
LimeWire.
LimeWire,
LimeWire.
yes,
LimeWire.
100%.
In after LimeWire got banned, there was FrostWire for a little bit.
I dabbled
remember
on
FrostWire.
But yeah, wow.
The ultimate thing that ended up sticking, though, that ended up being the best,
YouTube to
YouTube
MP3.
to MP3
YouTube
converter.
to MP3
I did a
converter.
YouTube to
Yeah,
MP3,
I
yes.
literally, I did that so much on my iPod.
Back in the day, before I figured that out on my iPod Touch, I was a little slow to the figuring out Apple products apparently. But I'd literally pull up a YouTube video on our computer at home and go on my iPod Touch, because I had the camera one, and record the song in my videos, and I'd listen to "Make It Rain" by Lil Wayne on.
Oh my.
Yeah, make it rain on them hoes.
He's in class. They're like, "What are you watching?" I'm not watching anything. I'm listening.
Listening to music.
And there's near the end of the video, it's just a video of a black screen because I had it facing down, but you can hear my stepsister come in and be like, "What are you doing? We're about to get on the bus." And I'm like, "Shut up! I'm recording a song."
It's great.
I'm an idiot, but yeah, YouTube MP3 that took over. I literally did that yesterday.
When did you guys like first get phones? Like how old were y'all?
7th grade, so I was like 12, 13.
Yeah. About
What was
7th
y'all's
grade.
first phone?
A Samsung Instinct. It was like the first touchscreen like phone that Samsung started coming out with. It was my dad's old phone.
I had
Eric had a nice phone.
I had a Samsung Impression,
He had a nice
which
phone.
had like a nice little screen on it, but it slid up and it had a keyboard on it.
Oh
I wanted a phone with a keyboard,
I think that was your second phone that got destroyed.
possibly.
You gotta tell that story about the kid
My first phone.
with his instrument bag.
Oh no, I don't even. That's so foggy, dude. I kind of remember that, but
All I remember is you and this kid
Always would tease each other, and he was like a saxophone player or something, so he had a hard saxophone case he always brought with him. And one day he just swung it at Merrick and hit him right in the leg and hit him right on his phone screen.
oh my god, yes. Okay, now I kind of remember. Fuck that kid, dude. That fucking hurt.
Hey, if you're
I had a
out
big-
there,
I had a big fucking bruise on my leg, and he broke my phone.
No.
I was so upset.
Did-
I had to go home and tell my mom and dad. I thought they were gonna kill me.
it's not your fault.
My first phone was
Saxophone
a little
players.
Motorola.
The Razor?
No, it
Oh.
it was a Motorola that like had a keypad on it and a tiny little screen, but then you went up and it was a keyboard. Dude, I thought I was the shit when I had that phone. Like,
Big CEO on the block.
My second phone had a keyboard.
I would be in class going, just texting people like, "What are you doing over there?"
yeah.
And I'm like, "I'm texting."
Oh yeah, man. That was the thing. That was the thing was texting. So like, I wanted something that had a keyboard.
Yeah,
you ever
of course.
use it?
Did I ever use the keyboard? All the
The
time.
I'd
only
never
time,
used
the
mine.
only time I ever used it is when I finally got a girlfriend in 7th grade, and we would text back and forth.
I would
You
never
know,
use
the
my
simple
keyboard.
hi.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Nothing.
Doing
Cool.
my homework, coloring pictures.
I'm bored.
Me too.
You know, very
Yeah.
generic,
Very-
dry
yeah,
conversation
exactly.
that most 6th and 7th graders have. I couldn't tell you what they're like now.
Dude, I don't want to know.
You don't wanna
I
know.
don't want to
I
know.
don't wanna know.
We have the internet
I have-
nowadays, and like, no,
I
dude.
have a 13, 14-year-old niece, and I can tell you it's nothing good. Nothing's good going on.
I have a
in the
12-year-old brother who's in 8th grade right now, or 13, and the things he tells me that he hears at school, I'm like, dude, what?
Yeah.
Kids are fucked up, man. I'm sorry, but kids be fucked up.
Dude, he
sometimes.
told me that
They just be saying the darndest things.
he told me that a little girl and a little boy got caught
Hold on.
fornicating in the bathroom.
How old are they?
12 and 13. They were in 7th grade.
Now, I will say, when we were in 8th grade, I do remember there was a story, and they said it happened at a party. And what party involves a bunch of 13-year-olds? I don't know.
Birthday parties.
A birthday party at Skate World.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to name names, but there was two people that they said that they had interactions, and as a kid in 8th grade, that was just so foreign to me.
Yeah.
And then nowadays, it's like,
I mean, it's still not right. It's,
no, I'm not saying by any means, definitely, no. Like, you're way too young.
your
Yeah,
mind's not even developed
no,
yet.
like-
Like,
Kelsey, if
that's-
you watch this video, you're way too young. I know what you're doing. You better cut it out.
And that's another problem, though, is like
That's
the
my niece.
access that these kids have.
exactly. They have
The
too
Social
much.
media, it's the internet, it's the phones.
We
it's-
were on another thing, kind of on the verge of, like, internet was always not always a thing, but it was a thing before we were born at the very earliest stage.
Dude, we had the best internet. We literally got like the best internet because when we were kids, YouTube was first starting.
Exactly.
And-
when YouTube first came out.
Yeah.
And it was like Charlie Bit My Finger was the number one video for
Yes.
10 years.
Do you guys remember the Gummy Bear song?
Yes.
And
Oh my god. Yeah.
Crazy Frog songs. Like, just those were the top viewed videos
Yeah.
on YouTube back then.
the Duck song?
Do you have any
Familiar with
grapes?
the duck song?
Huh?
Do you have any grapes?
You're not familiar? That he's just said it.
no, I told you yesterday, we don't sell grapes. And then I said,
I'll pass.
What the hell? What kind of shit?
and then he waddled away.
Waddle.
Oh my!
Oh,
I missed out on that one. I was
it's
watching.
so annoying.
See, I grew up watching Weird Al Yankovic videos. I was a huge Weird Al Yankovic fan. Still am.
I grew up
Did they just come out
watching.
with a documentary for that?
It's a movie. Daniel Radcliffe. I watched it the other day.
I grew up watching
Daniel Radcliffe, Weird Al?
Minecraft
Yeah, he's
videos.
Weird Al.
Why did they just use Weird Al?
No, because it's young Weird Al.
Well, Daniel Radcliffe isn't young. Weird Al was not
Watch
80
the
years
movie. He
All right.
looks just fucking like him.
Okay. You know who else?
You know who picked Daniel Radcliffe to play Weird Al?
Who?
Fucking Weird Al.
All right, fair
You know
enough.
who
All
wrote?
right.
You know who wrote and produced the movie?
I'm gonna guess Weird Al.
You're fucking right.
So
Like,
let me ask you one question though: who looks more like Weird Al than Robert Pattinson?
Weird Al.
Okay. Anyways,
what? What?
But
Who
what?
looks more like
Why didn't he
Weird
just
Al
play
than
himself?
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, who looks more like Weird Al? Weird Al or Robert Pattinson?
Weird Al.
Weird Al.
Okay.
But who looks like young Weird Al when you put a fucking wig on him and some makeup? Daniel Radcliffe.
Nicolas Cage in Face Off.
No.
No, what?
No, just watch the movie.
I want to
Just
take
watch
his
the
face
movie.
and put it on my face.
That's a great movie.
That is a good movie.
I've never
That's a
seen it.
fantastic movie. How have you
But,
never seen that?
so-
That's such a good movie.
What I used to watch on YouTube is I used to watch like Minecraft videos. So I was really
Oh,
into
yeah.
like
Like Let's
iBallistic
Plays?
Squid and
Yogcast.
Stampy.
Yogscast. Yogscast.
I was into-
Minecraft TDM. I used to watch him a lot.
Do you guys
and
remember
stuff like
the
that.
Hunger Games Minecraft when it
Yes,
first came out? That was so cool.
yes.
Yes, I played on one of the realms one time, and it was sick.
Yeah, like that was
Dude, when
back before-
Minecraft came out, like that was like a game that probably changed my childhood.
Oh, for sure. See, I never got to play it on the computer
that was
I'd
where
only
I
see
started
it. At my friends' houses and stuff. But then they came out with it for the Xbox.
Yeah.
That was game changing.
And that changed everything.
See, I had it on like I had it on my tablet.
That's when Mojang
And that's
sold
when-
to Microsoft.
Yeah.
And I bet they regret that.
Oh, they probably do.
But they made a lot of money from it.
Dude, for a while as a kid, I was like, I'm gonna be an architect when I grow up. I would like try
I'm
to
gonna
build
everything out of fucking 12-foot or 12-inch by 12-inch blocks.
I would try to build like cities and stuff like that, and have like a police station and have
we built
like
mega
dude, yeah.
structures, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball fields, and I might add, we did the baseball field before creative mode came out.
We did.
Not what?
We did.
That's
I'm not
impressive.
going to say that we didn't use the duplication
A little
glitch
bit.
when it was still
No,
around.
you definitely did.
A little. We definitely did. Because that was the only way we could fucking do something of that scale. in a
What's the
survival world.
fastest that y'all ever like beat Minecraft?
Beat.
I've
as in,
never-
like, do
I've
the
never-
Ender
You've
Dragon.
Never beat
I've
it?
Well,
Like-
I've never attempted to beat
like
it.
the
at
Ender
a,
Dragon. Thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never attempted to beat it at a timely manner.
I only ever
so
beat the Ender Dragon on the computer version.
I'd say it probably took me, I don't know, a year. And that's not consistently playing. That's
Yeah.
coming back and playing every now and then.
And I think I beat it in creative mode, so it didn't count.
The fa-
Well, dude, the Ender Dragon's hard to fight.
the
Sorry.
fastest I beat I beat the Ender Dragon was like 3 weeks. But the thing is like I would play in the library because
Yeah.
there was a VPN that you could put on the computers in the
HTTPS.
in the library, and so I'd put that on and play Minecraft, and people would be like, "Yo, why are you doing that?"
Yep, that was the big thing. We would, during our computer class, and
you just be playing Minecraft.
in middle school, instead of doing the lesson, we would just do HTTPS and play mini clip games.
Yep.
We play like Raft Wars. And,
Oh my God! You
Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember Cool Math?
Yes.
As
oh,
oh
Raft
my
games.
gosh,
Cool Math?
That was
I
the
wonder
shit
if they
back
still. I
then,
wonder if
man.
they still do that.
Cool
Hey,
Math? Yeah,
hey,
they do.
Hey kids, go play on your computer at home. They're like, computer at home.
Computer?
My
What?
computer's right here. It's my phone.
Exactly.
Can you like get Cool Math games on your phone?
That's a good question.
I'm
As
about to
an app?
look. I'm about to look.
That's a good question.
I would
about to
look,
look.
but our phone's recording us talking right now.
I am about to look and see if you can play
So-
Cool Math on your phone.
so
Because
let-
if so,
let's-
that is a game changer.
We've definitely gone off on a tangent, albeit a good.
Oh my god.
What's
You can
All right.
Wow.
I'm downloading Cool Math after this podcast.
What do you mean downloading? You can't. It's the website,
Oh,
but you can. Yeah, you can play the games
it's like
on your
It's
phone.
like an APK pack.
I guess
So listen to this.
that's crazy.
So I'm gonna completely change the subject. So we are a slightly music-centered podcast, and I heard a story today from one of my coworkers who's also really into music. I've heard the story a while ago, but it just kind of slipped under. I forgot about it. But there was a guitarist back in the early 1910s, 1920s. His name was Robert Johnson. You guys heard of him?
No.
Okay. Shocker. We didn't discuss this earlier. So he was, and don't quote me on any of this, but approximately in his early 20s, and he played, some like backup harmonica for some bigger guys. I can't remember their names, but like big name artists from like the 20s and 30s, like your big, your Motown guys.
Yeah.
Before the Motown came out, really. But he had always dreamed of being a classical guitarist. And there was a story widely told that one day they played a show, and in between the sets, while everybody was like changing around, moving everything, he picked up one of the guy's classical guitars and started playing, and everybody stopped and was like, "Yo, tell that dude to stop." That's shit.
They're like, yo, you're dog shit.
Like
stop.
In modern words, yeah, they were like, "You're dog shit. Like, put that down."
Your dog water, kid.
Yeah, like
Dog water.
he was cracked. But anyways, so fast forward a little bit, and keep in mind he's 20, 21, which is pretty old for back in 1911. But anyways, or 1920.
Yeah, didn't they live to like 24?
Well,
That was like the lifespan.
you guys ever heard of the 27 Club?
Yeah.
So this was the guy that started this.
Oh shit. Okay.
So
At like 21, 22, he was a terrible guitarist. He took about, I don't know, maybe a year or two off, and this was all in Mississippi. If you ever heard of the Mississippi Delta and all that, this is how blues was born. Like this was right at the cusp of blues guitarists coming out, and basically rock and roll. Rock and roll obviously came
Yeah.
from the blues.
Of course.
So you can argue that Robert Johnson's, he's up there for one of the first rock guys. And the story goes that he went to this crossroads somewhere in the Mississippi Delta area, wherever or whatever, and around midnight, and the moon turned red, which scientifically speaking, blood moon, if that actually happened, or an eclipse or whatever, the moon turned red, and a guy came out in like a really nice leather trench coat, took the guitar from Robert Johnson, tuned it for him, played him a few songs, and gave it back to him. And when Robert Johnson came back from his hiatus for a year or whatever, went back with these, blues legends that he was playing with before, and completely changed the game of music. He was the best guitarist.
He
ever.
sold his soul to the devil.
Sold his soul to the devil.
Have you ever seen Our Brother Where Art Thou?
I've heard of
Yeah.
it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's the guy from Robert Johnson is in the movie.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so you are familiar with this.
As soon as you said came to a crossroads, I was like, okay, sold to the devil to
So-
become a blues guitarist.
So yeah, so around like 23, 24, 25, he came back with this just profound skill to play the guitar, shocked the world on classical guitar. I mean, it was crazy for the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like revolutionary. And then he mysteriously died at 27 at perfect health.
And what's crazy is there is a conspiracy about the 27 Club that everybody in the 27th Club sold their soul to the devil.
Exactly. So, brings me to my next thing. I think the next full moon's on the 26th. You guys want to go out to rural Georgia with me? Go to some crossroads. I know it's
You're
not
to become the
Mississippi.
best bassist in the world.
I'm bringing you guys think I'm joking. I'm not going to be there one night. You're going to go, "Hey, where's Zach at?" I don't know. He's in fucking Georgia.
He's in fucking
in a wheat field at some crossroads with his Ibanez over there.
Colonel Sanders walks up to you.
Trying to give it to some homeless man who walks up and is like, "Why are you giving me a guitar?"
You're like, I know who you are.
"Sir, please tune my guitar."
Well, if you do that, just know you only got about 2 years.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm going to live it up.
That's what you got to do.
Got to do it.
So, speaking of, like, conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Have y'all ever heard? It's not really a conspiracy theory. It's just kind of some shit that happened. Have y'all ever heard of the School of Elon?
I'm not.
So the school.
Elon Musk? Oh,
Okay.
Elon's
Elon Musk School. So the School of Elon was a school back in the day in Maine, and it was basically a children's reform school. So like parents would send their kids to this school if they were being bad or something like that, or basically if they didn't live up to society standards to the parents, they would get sent to the school to be reformed.
which back then standards were wild.
Standards were crazy, but like, so they get to this school, and on the brochures it's like camping and canoeing and archery and all this other stuff, and you get to this school and it's just, it looks like a concentration camp.
Oh,
literally.
fucking
prison.
Yeah, basically.
Barbed
And
wire on the
so the
fences.
thing is people at this Elon school, there was groups that would go out and kidnap the kids that were going to the school at night. They would come into a van, and they had all of the parents' consent to do this.
Were these workers or other kids?
They were kids. They were the other kids that the workers would have do it. They were like bigger kids that would go into these kids' houses and basically kidnap them and bring them to the school, and that's how they got to the school.
Oh, they would go to these kids' houses outside of the school.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's how they would get to the school.
sounds like a Branch Davidians kind of deal.
And
here.
so what was happening at this school is kids would show up, and the type of kids that would show up were people from, like, if they were from a religious family and they kissed a boy or something like that, and that wasn't right, so they would get sent. Or kids that murdered people, like, and this was their last chance before jail and stuff like that.
Maybe in that case that's a good thing. I don't know.
I mean, at the point, but you got to think, there's kids in there that, like, may have got caught smoking or something like that, and they're in this school with these murderers.
I smoked when I was a
Any
child,
type of,
so
any type
Just
of
any-
punishment that
any
was
di-
deemed to
any-
the
Yeah,
parents.
any type of
debauchery.
punishment that was deemed like that. But
Okay.
so this school,
American and I smoked cigarettes when we were kids, so we would have been sent to the school.
this school would use
Mom.
old AA tactics, and so instead of helping them, they would do things to break them down and to make them feel like they were shit,
They're
pretty much.
powerless.
And so at the School of Elon,
Not to say AA is bad, but
yeah. At the School of Elon, you were basically workers there. Like, you would either be a
Labor
janitor,
peace.
pretty much, or a supervisor, or a management, or a correspondent, and stuff like that. And smaller ranks couldn't talk to bigger ranks. And so these people created this school, were taking $15,000 to $30,000 of yearly tuition from these kids just for these kids to run the whole thing just by
Man,
themselves.
that sounds like TCC.
It's
right? All the advisors there were kids,
but
younger than me.
so what they would do is they would break these kids down mentally, physically, and emotionally. And there was these things called general meetings. And if you did something that was against the Elon school, they would call a general meeting. And what a general meeting meant is there would be one kid who would stand in a corner, and kids would take turns screaming at the top of their lungs at this kid of like, why the fuck did you do that? I'll beat your ass. I'll kill you. And like all this stuff. And you would just have to sit there and take it. And if it got deemable to where if you were caught doing something, so say you like held hands with another person or something like that. Say you're a girl and you hold hands with a boy, or they find out that you like a boy and you've been talking to a boy. This happened with one girl where they made her wear a sign, and the sign said, "Ask me why I'm a whore," because she held hands.
And how old was this little girl?
It's like 13, dude.
That's fucked up.
And
Teaching
like
them
they would
young,
make him wear like
No.
I'm just kidding.
Fuck.
That's horrible. I'm just kidding.
they would make them wear like dunce caps,
I respect that.
They would
though.
make them wear like bunny suits,
Some kids should
um,
be wearing dunce caps.
bunny suits, fucking clown outfits. This one girl got caught kissing a boy.
Sounds
They
like
dressed
Matilda.
her up as a hooker and made her walk around the school like that.
Oh my god.
And that was how Kim Kardashian was born.
Oh my god. But there's things out like Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton was a child that got put in one of these.
One of these or in that school?
I don't know if it was Elon, but she got put in one of the programs. Robert Downey Jr.
Well, yeah. Robert Downey Jr.'s got a spotty past.
Yeah, he does.
But
But-
he's a great actor.
To go off that subject, this school was just it was horrible. Kids went without eating. Kids went without water. They died of hydration.
Dehydration.
There was a thing called the box, and
Sounds like Matilda.
if you were doing things they didn't like, they would put you in the box for weeks at a time.
Or like
Damn, bro.
Django.
You're literally a child imprisoned.
Yeah. Child prison.
We actually had one of those schools within 50 miles of here.
What?
In Mariana, the Mariana School for Boys. You ever heard of it?
No.
Well, I don't want to interrupt your story, but yeah, we have it like very, very similar.
Yeah, so they would do that to the kids, and they would monitor their letters. So they would allow kids to send letters out, but they would monitor them. And if the kids said anything about Elon or anything that was going on, they were punished. So
Hey, Dad, I'm having a great
it was
time
yeah,
at summer camp.
it was basically like that. Hey, I'm having a great time. This is awesome. I love Elon.
But he's writing the U's upside down.
It was
Dad, something's wrong. Dad, something's wrong.
Morse
Help
code.
me.
Morse code, yeah. But yeah, I watched a documentary on it, and I thought it was just really fucked up.
Damn.
Where'd you watch this documentary on?
YouTube.
YouTube. If you want to check it out, School for Elon, or Elon School for Mischievous Children.
Interesting.
I'll briefly cover it. Around here, we're in Tallahassee. There's a city.
Don't tell people where we are.
Okay, well, they need to know where High Road is because this is it. We're the epicenter of awesomeness.
All right, you're right.
So, anyways,
In Mariana, which I can't tell you where the hell it is, but in Mariana, going towards Alabama.
It's west.
Is it?
It's west.
Okay, so it's west from Tallahassee. Well, yeah, because Alabama's west.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Merrick.
I was just in Mariana.
I wish I had an applause.
Were you?
Yeah, I went there yesterday.
What'd you do in
For
Mariana?
what?
I went and explored the caves of Mariana.
You did?
Just by yourself?
I did. No, I went
Is that
with
what
a
you
friend.
did with your friend?
Yeah, I did that with a friend. It was
Okay.
it was
Cool.
sick. That's the
You
only
ever been to the caverns?
No, I've never been.
Oh, it's really cool.
I'm gonna have
Well,
to do that.
That's where we went.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's the only explorable caverns in the state of Florida.
It's really cool.
So
They
it's
turn
it's,
off
it's
all the
a-
lights in
it's
that
a-
big room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was it was
It-
pitch
dude,
black,
dude.
dude. Pitch black, and it was just like ooh.
But
But
you go down there and your flashlight dies.
yeah,
That would
no,
suck.
that was crazy, man. Got to learn a bunch of shit. That was really cool. But continue.
It's really cool. But
Cool, yeah, continue.
in Mariana, there is or was a school for boys, kind of similar to the Ceylon school. It was like a reform school for troubled children. A lot of them were African American, and so me and a buddy of mine, way back in the day, we used to be really into urban exploring. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Just exploring, abandoned buildings, things like that. There's actually a lot of abandoned buildings around our location. But supposedly this Mariana School for Boys or whatever was abandoned, and it was. It got shut down in like the early 2000s or something. Like it's still pretty recent.
Yeah.
In our lifetime, it was still functioning. But FSU actually got involved once everything started coming to light about what was going on at the school. FSU got involved, and they started doing an archaeological dig on site and started recovering all the bodies. So back up a little bit. We went to this place trying to go explore it. We kind of got there around like 6, 7, closer to dark. To get there, and there's a fence around the entire property with barbed wire. There's a literal like truck driving around like security.
That place sounds haunted.
And
100% haunted.
all the stories about this place was very similar to,
Yeah.
school you were talking about. They were forced labor, stuff like that. But their punishment rooms, there was a specific building, and they would hang the kids by their hands above their head from the ceiling and like whip them with sticks.
Oh my God.
And the reason FSU got involved and like the whole archaeological school got involved is they started recovering on-site like cemeteries and like recovered like 70 something like bodies of kids.
Yeah, Elon had a on-site cemetery. Like, if your school has a cemetery,
For the kids, not
don't fucking go there.
Big red flag.
Big red flag.
Yeah, I went to 4 or 5 different schools.
Did they
growing
have
up.
cemeteries?
None of them had cemeteries.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Parents, please look into your schools that
Don't
you're sending your
look at the
children to.
brochures.
If the
there's-
school has a cemetery, don't send your kid there.
Not a good
You
idea.
need to know about your schools before you send your children there.
But yeah, long story short, we didn't get to explore this campus because it was
this
fenced off.
this heavily
Heavily
Guarded.
guarded.
Well,
school.
see, when we went, it was back closer to like 2016, closer to when we graduated high school.
Yeah.
Sounds like to me they turned that place into a military
No, no,
base.
no. In 2016, that's when they
UFOs.
started finding the bodies.
Yeah.
So it was like fresh.
It's probably
And
still a crime scene.
it literally was like an active.
Oh yeah, you can't go explore that.
You can't go explore a crime
You
scene.
get-
If we would have won,
arrested.
a few years before, we probably could have got in. But
Probably could have came home with a souvenir.
well,
That's like somebody going up to Jeffrey Dahmer's house and being like, "Oh, I'm gonna go explore this
Yeah, I just
house."
wanna go look at it.
I just
You
wanted to
can't
go
do
get some
that.
pictures. I mean, dude, it's $100.
The fine?
Fine.
What are you talking about?
It got real quiet. Hey, $100 is $100.
My lord. Well,
What's it say?
I think we're probably running short here on time.
Yeah, let's. What was our last topic we were supposed to talk about? What were we ending with?
Well,
It was how
We've-
music has influenced you in your life, right?
I think
know,
so,
we,
yeah.
We kind of talked about that. We didn't really talk about that portion. We just mainly talked about what music we listened to when you're younger. But yeah, when did music really start having an effect on you? Like, do you remember how old you guys were when you like really kind of like heard music? And
Yeah,
you were like,
definitely.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
What is this?
Well, yes, and then I had the realization moment that something, like music and performing is something for me, basically, and it involves you. You probably remember.
I'm listening.
Okay, I'll start off.
I mean, I think I know where he's going with this,
So-
but I'm listening.
Merrick and I met in third grade. Yeah, met in second grade. Met Dakota, and then he introduced us in third grade. So, in fourth grade, Merrick and I, in our talent show, sang a song by Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. It's called Face Down. And
I know that song.
It's a great song.
I think that was really the first.
Speaking of red jumpsuit apparatus, they're
They're gonna be.
gonna be here
here.
in like
I didn't buy
couple
those
weeks.
tickets, by the way,
It's this
but
weekend.
it's this weekend actually.
It's Saturday.
Are you going?
I'll be working, dude.
yeah. I mean,
Unfortunately,
I
yeah, it's this
close.
Saturday.
But I definitely will drive straight from work there. But anyways, so we sang Face Down, and that was like the first time performing, the first time really like delving into a song because we had to learn it. We had to sing it and perform it. So like me and him would be like, all right, we were heavily influenced by Fall Out Boy, I'd say, because if Pete Wentz back in the day did a little trick with his guitar where
Yeah.
go along and like kind of skip with it or whatever. And Merrick was like, I want to do that. He did that with the mic stand. So we were heavily influenced by Fall Out Boy. And that was all around the time of us sitting in our, literally with Guitar Hero guitars or Rock Band guitars, just not playing the actual game, just pretending to play these songs over
Playing along with.
I
the
did
music.
that too. Yeah.
in a mock concert type.
Yeah,
type
I
scenario.
agree.
and in front of a mirror. Yeah, every kid does
You
it.
got the sweat,
Yeah.
the adrenaline, the
Yep.
stank.
We had little disco balls.
Yep.
Yep, we had little lights. We had a whole little concert in my room when we were like 10. And it didn't resonate with me then, but thinking back, that I think 4th grade, me being a 10-year-old kid was when I really first started getting into music. 3 Days Grace on the Bus, we talked about that earlier. That was 15 years ago. And it's still, like, I remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah. I say 4th grade was about the time I really got into the variety of music. First time music ever impacted me. Oh, man, I want to say I was about 6 or so, 5 or 6. And I remember we were up in Ohio, and I was visiting family.
He's from Ohio.
And we were at my aunt and uncle's house. And I can distinctly remember, I was walking through the kitchen, and I hear a song on the radio. And it was Eminem's Without Me.
That's a good song.
Classic.
I remember I stopped in the kitchen, and I just listened. And I just listened to the whole song. And I was like,
You're like, Mom,
what
what's
is
a
that?
stank-ass bitch?
So that's when I kind of found music, and I listened to Eminem. And then around 4th grade is
So,
when I really kind of expanded my genre
Rock and pop and punk.
and variety of what I was actually
So
listening
Eminem
to.
was your first, like, exposure, really?
Yep.
So that's what's wrong with you.
That's what's wrong with me.
No, Eminem's great.
Makes sense, though, as to why my go-to karaoke song is Without Me by Eminem.
It does now. Yeah.
You know
And
that?
he kills it, by the way. I got some footage of that. Maybe we'll throw a little bit of snippet in there for you in the post-production.
I'm not the real Slim Shady, but I will stand up.
Yeah, will you please stand up?
Not right now.
Okay, yeah, we don't do it right now.
Not right now. Colton, I mean, you, man, you remember kind of like...
Yeah,
when
yeah, I
music's
definitely-
fucking hit the
You've
tip of your
definitely
penis like a lightning bolt?
Well, you've definitely been into music a lot longer than us, I'd say, like instrument-wise.
I mean, yeah. So I grew up. My mom loved to do karaoke, and I was at a karaoke bar with her when I was 10 years old. It was okay. It was an all ages karaoke bar. It's fine.
It wasn't a bar.
It wasn't a bar. It was a place where you did karaoke.
And there was drinks over
Yes.
there. Okay. Yeah.
But this guy went up and he did Ride the Lightning by Metallica.
Really?
Yeah. And like
what a song choice.
my eyes just like while he was doing this, my eyes just lit up.
Was it your first exposure to like?
It was my first exposure to that type of music.
Okay.
And then
You mean the devil music?
yeah, so my mom called it for a while.
Did your mom not like Metallica?
My mom didn't like that type of music. Like I grew up with like
Sheryl Crow.
pop, rock,
Okay.
Prince.
yeah, stuff like that. Adele. My mom was obsessed with Adele for a while.
Fire, yo.
I mean Adele, yeah.
She says fire to the rain, dude.
But yeah, so I heard this guy play or sing Ride the Lightning, and it wasn't his voice that like did it for me. It was the guitar
The riff.
and the harshness of like what
The
was going
aggression
on.
of
So
It just made me want to get up and throw shit. And I was
man.
and as a 10-year-old kid,
That's what you wanted to do.
exactly it just made me want to get up and fuck shit up.
Thrash.
Yeah, see, that's kind of how I felt with Avenged Sevenfold
Yeah.
and Green Day.
Yeah.
Green Day.
Growing
I had
up.
21 Guns album.
Yeah.
I bought that on
I
CD.
had the American Idiot album was my first
Not
album.
to say
from
21
them.
Guns wasn't very punky. But
But yeah, that was my kind of shit. That
Yeah.
same way.
But so
Good
that
song.
was like my introduction to that metal, but something that like completely impacted me. And like I listened to this so I got the CD. It was my second CD that I ever owned. My first CD was a Christian metal band by the name of Skillet.
Skillet.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
my first. That was my first CD.
My first Christian metal
Yeah,
or Christian
I had-
band was
I had a Skillet
Switchfoot.
CD.
But my second CD that like really impacted me, that brought me into like my variety of music, was Eminem's Recovery.
Yeah. Yep.
That was my first CD that I bought
Was-
myself.
Was Recovery I'm Not Afraid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, how long ago did that come out?
That was
seventh
like
grade?
2010.
I think I was like
Sixth, seventh grade.
6th, 7th
It
grade.
was like 2010.
How
Yeah.
how old are you though? You were like a
I'm
year-
24.
Like you.
I just turned 24. Yeah.
So yeah. So around.
Yeah, we were.
2010.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I got
Well,
that up.
I got that album and like I begged my mom to buy it for me, and she finally bought it for me. And she goes,
Y'all's parents cared about that type of stuff?
"Yeah, dude."
Dude, my parents didn't care.
My parents-
My dad was just
My
oblivious.
parents wouldn't let me watch South Park growing up as a child.
Same.
I don't think
I couldn't watch Family Guy. I couldn't watch South Park.
I'm not afraid was released in 2010.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so that's what got me into really just like versatility of music.
Because you're primarily a vocalist, right?
I am, yeah.
Did that influence your vocals by any?
It did a little bit. I really just like my favorite song on that album, and like I think
Spacebound?
Cinderella Man.
Oh. Is that on that album?
Yeah, Cinderella Man's on Recovery.
Damn, that's a fire song.
It's so good.
That's a great album, man.
It is. But yeah, that is the
Spacebound's
first.
a good song, though.
That's the first like music that really brought up my like love of music. I guess that's not even like what impacted me. Oh yeah. I know what first impacted me. I was in choir growing up as a kid, and I did it because it was an easy elective. My mom wanted me in it, and so I did it. But we were doing Journey, the one Journey song that everybody knows.
Don't Stop Believing.
Yes.
Of course.
And
Eric and I did that as a karaoke
one
song.
of my friends in the class was like, "Yo, you should try out for the solo," and I was like, I don't want to do that. And so my teacher was like, "Colton, you want to try out for the solo?" I was like, "Gosh, sure," and I got it. And I guess that really opened my mind to
You were
like,
wow, something's there. You know?
I was like, wow, like I actually like this brings me joy that I got this, and like I actually want to take this seriously and continue doing this because this is something that I could be good at. And the fact that like my teacher was like, "Yeah, I'm giving you the solo."
You were recognized.
Yeah, that's really what impacted me on my music career. And then I started like singing a bunch of pop music and stuff like that, and now I sing in a metal band.
I was going to say, I don't want to say we stole a show in 4th grade, but we were the headliners and everybody else was just there to open for us.
Dude, I would love to go back in the day and see that.
Listen,
I would
you know
love
what's-
to.
It was
Listen,
pretty sick.
it's crazy too because there was a girl in our class that recorded the whole talent show, and it was just a class talent show. It wasn't like a grade wide
It
thing.
wasn't a school talent show.
Yeah,
I did a talent show, but I didn't do any. I didn't sing or anything. I danced.
I performed twice.
I used to dance to dubstep music.
So
That was like my thing
listen.
in middle school.
So this, I'll admit something. This is my deep dark secrets. Because my name is Zach. There was a handful of girls that were doing a High School Musical performance, and they were like, "His name's Zach. He's got to be Zac Efron." So
You played Zac Efron.
So I did that stupid dance with.
No.
No.
That's an honor. my
That is-
friend.
Gotta get your head in the game.
Oh my god!
Did Corbin Blue show up?
No.
You didn't have Corbin? I wouldn't have watched it.
I don't think. No, there wasn't anybody in our class that would have played it. I was with like 3 girls, and I was like playing Zac Efron, and they're all like,
That's the same talent show?
Yeah.
You remember that same talent show? I also sang Katy Perry's Hot and Cold.
Yeah.
I went up there with, I think it was Natalie and Courtney.
Yeah, neither
and
of
they like kind of got a little scared because of all the kids watching them. So they were like, it was one of those like.
Merrick goes, "Fuck
So
this."
I was just like, oh, I nailed it, brother. I just took the center stage and just nailed it.
I bet your parents are sitting there like,
No, see,
They weren't even there.
dude. It was literally like,
Oh.
so the way our classes were set up, if I remember correctly, I don't think it was every day, but every week we had a different.
It was like Tuesdays, Thursdays, Wednesdays.
Yeah,
were
something like
different.
that.
It was all different. It was different subjects.
It wasn't called special.
Oh yeah, mine. I had that too, to where I would take
You know,
different
there
classes on
was-
different days.
There
Yeah.
was computer class.
Yeah.
There was PE. There was art, and there was music. And music, 90% of the time consisted of either you playing fucking recorders, xylophones, or practicing for your
Fucking recorders, man.
play that year.
Yeah.
We had to play every year for every grade. But
What plays did y'all do as kids?
oh my god, we had this conversation.
Dude, I
the other
remember
day.
all of mine.
I do too, and like they were so dumb, but like I remember stupid little details from them that like.
We did Annie one year, and I was Rooster, so I
See-
was the mean guy.
Every time someone talks about plays, like when I talked about other kids that went to different schools, they do plays that are plays.
Oh no, we did musicals.
No, we put on our own fucking show, like it was its own thing. Like
Oh,
we
what
had
the fuck?
we had like in third grade we had
Egyptian.
Egyptians, and it was I don't even remember the songs for that.
I remember one song. It plays in my head still in my nightmares. It's the Tomb song.
I don't remember any of
In
those.
my tomb. and then all the pharaohs come out and they're all like, nee, 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 nee.
I was a pharaoh in third grade.
So we did.
Merrick tried to be a pharaoh, but
I got in trouble, so I was demoted. I was demoted to a
no.
What were you, a tree?
no
Don't say that word.
a rock stacker. We'll just say that. I was a rock
He was
stacker.
forced
That
to
was-
stack rocks with no pay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I did Annie. We also did Mulan. Funny story of Mulan. We
Did you play Mushu?
no, I did not. I was the guy. I was one of the soldiers.
Wow, you're a
Okay.
piece of shit.
What?
Like one of the
The good guy-
Mongolian soldiers?
Huh?
or-
The Mongolians?
I was the one that said, "I want a girl who's."
Oh,
Yeah, I was
okay,
that
you're
one.
that guy.
I was that one. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
the little skinny dude.
Yeah, but
Did you play the fat dude? Did you play the fat dude sound like this?
No, I didn't. But we did this one scene. So during that fight scene in the movie, they have like bamboo sticks where they're dancing with, and we were practicing that. And my course teacher was like showing us how to do it, and I whacked my course teacher across the head with a bamboo stick.
Damn.
On accident.
What are you,
That's
like,
on a
like
teacher.
9 or 10?
Huh? No, this is a middle school, so I was probably like 12.
Of
Like,
So he probably hit you back.
no, she's like, I gotta sit down. It was
Jesus.
it was so hard.
She had a concussion. She was down. For
I
the count.
felt so bad. I was like,
No,
I'm
you
so sorry. Like, please
No, you
don't
didn't.
tell
You
my
know you did
mom.
that shit on
You
purpose.
don't, you
No.
don't care at all.
Yeah, bro, she gave me the skinny guy. Like,
I want a girl who whop.
I wanted to play Mushu.
But
no, she gave Mushu to one of the Sopranos. I was like, the fuck? Like,
you guys see, like, we didn't have chorus class or anything like that.
oh, we had
in
chorus,
elementary
theater. Huh? No, not elementary.
Oh.
We didn't do any plays in
school?
elementary.
You didn't do plays in elementary?
No.
No, we're talking about elementary.
No, this is middle school.
Dude,
that I
every
did a bunch
year-
of
Yeah, we didn't do
musicals.
plays in middle school.
I don't. Oh, I do remember the second grade play.
I wasn't there.
I didn't do any plays
But
in
you
elementary.
remember in fourth grade when we watched the second graders do the play? So it was I
was in trouble a lot in elementary school. I had silent lunch literally almost every day.
That was our middle school. In second grade, we did like a We Are America type play, and it was
Oh,
just
God.
like a real patriotic thing, and it was like all different nationalities. Which, thinking about it now, I don't think that shit would fly nowadays. Because we had a bunch of people, all different nationalities, and I don't care, but they're all dressed up like Indians or Native Americans, and some people might be offended by that. And then we had Italian people. You know, we
Was
had-
it very like stereotypical too? Like the parts were?
Yeah.
I mean, you're in elementary school. Like,
I mean, this was back in like 2000.
what are the parents gonna be like? This is racist.
No, this was back in like 2006 when people didn't care about that type of stuff.
I mean, they did, but
Well, not whenever it was being performed by 7-year-olds.
yeah, true.
So, in fourth grade, when we watched the second graders do that play, because they do the same plays every year, Merrick and I were like licking our fingers because at the very end. Oh no, I don't know if I want to tell the story. It actually sounds kind of bad now.
You were licking your fingers to a bunch of second graders.
No.
How does that not sound
like the
bad?
bad
You're
guy.
making it sound. You're making it sound way worse.
I'm not affiliated with this story.
So at the last song that played was like a 9/11 tribute, and they brought down like the big screen, and all the kids gathered around it and like.
Dude,
sang
y'all
the
had
song.
some fucking productions as kids. Oh my
I
god.
wasn't there for this. I don't remember this.
Yeah, he wasn't in the play in second grade, but in fourth grade we were watching this, and that's like when the dynamic duo started. But yeah, I don't know why that just came to my head, but yeah, like we had some crazy plays. Like there was the Pharaoh one, Egyptian stuff in third grade. In fourth grade it was I Need a Vacation. That's what the play was called, and like it was all beach themed basically, and like I got to be a surfer boy.
Yeah, did you like that?
This guy.
I was supposed to be a surfer, and I got in trouble again in music class, so I got demoted and I became a palm tree.
Merrick got in trouble a lot.
So, and
I
I
got in
still,
trouble like
I
every
still
year.
remember my
I
line.
did too. So
I still remember my line from that play too.
see, my elementary school did like we didn't do any like plays or anything like that. We did like fair. We did like school fair.
Oh, I mean, we had like a scholastic like book fair.
No, we had a school fair where they would do like they would bring in fair games or like make some of the rooms certain fair
Oh,
games
we
and
did
stuff
that.
like that.
We
We
did
also
that.
did like we did haunted hallways
Yeah.
where like during Halloween.
Like Halloween Horror Nights.
we did like
yeah,
live streams.
pretty much. And let
put
me
on-
tell you,
But
as
put
a,
on by
as,
kids.
Yes. No, not put on by elementary schoolers. They would bring high schoolers to this thing to put it on for us as elementary schoolers. And let me tell you, they were not fucking nice.
I wouldn't be nice.
Huh? Dude, you'd walk in there as
it's
a
some
10-year-old and just be like,
Some schools like, hey, 16-year-old kid, you want to come scare a bunch of like 10-year-olds?
they're like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, I remember walking into that hall and I'm just hearing, help me. And I was just like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be
That's
here.
when Colton.
home. I pooped my pants.
that's when Colton was like, I want to be a metal singer.
Help me!
Wow.
That's, I'm going to write a song called Help Me.
What an experience.
What was that? Middle school. Some dude screamed.
Help me.
Damn.
So you know what I did?
Wow. I helped him.
I helped him.
Pass it on.
You know what she did?
She helped me.
She turboed me.
Oh, no.
And
We gotta
that's-
get our
Dude, we're gonna
This is
gonna-
the end of the podcast. But next time we're gonna have a guest.
That's
We're going to
a-
have a
that's
guest,
a
and we're going to make him sing his
upcoming-
song, She Turboed Me.
Yes.
So
All right, everybody.
Well, let's close it out.
Oh,
I'm Zach.
Hey, I'm Eric.
I am Colton, and this has been
This is
High
High
Road.
Thanks for
Check
watching,
us out on
everybody.
next week, baby.